Hello everyone, and welcome to our session today. I'm excited to kick off our discussion with Mega Goal 3.2, focusing on listening and discussing skills. Today, we're diving into Unit 9, titled Beauty is Only Skin Deep. In this presentation, we'll explore how perceptions of beauty influence us and how we can communicate more effectively about this topic. So, let's get started and have a great discussion ahead. In this slide, we're focusing on the key activities you'll be engaging in during this lesson. First, you'll complete sentences with suitable words, which helps improve your vocabulary and understanding of context. Next, you'll answer some questions correctly, testing your comprehension and retention of the material. Then, you'll listen for specific information, honing your listening skills and attention to detail. Finally, you'll discuss beauty products through history, allowing you to explore how beauty standards and products have evolved over time. These objectives are designed to help you develop a well-rounded understanding of the topic while practicing essential language skills. Remember, each activity connects to the overall theme of understanding beauty across different periods and cultures. Let's take a moment to think about the products we truly can't live without. These are the items that make our daily routines easier and more enjoyable. Now, when it comes to beauty products, think about what you use every single day. These are the essentials that help you feel confident and put together. As we explore this, keep in mind how these choices reflect our personal preferences and lifestyles. Recognizing the products we rely on can also give us insight into what we value in our beauty routines. This is all part of understanding how personal care fits into our overall well-being and identity. So, as we go through this, consider your own must-have products and what they say about you. When we hear the phrase, it means that physical beauty is on the outside and superficial. It says nothing about the character of a person. Essentially, this expression reminds us that looks can be deceiving. Just because someone appears attractive on the outside doesn't mean they have a good heart or strong values. It's a way of emphasizing that true beauty comes from within, from who we are and how we treat others. This idea is important in our overall discussion about valuing character over appearances, because it encourages us to look beyond surface-level qualities and focus on the deeper qualities that truly define a person. At first, beauty will impress others, and there's no denying that it catches our eye quickly. But what truly endures over time is intelligence. It's the kind of quality that stays with us, influences our decisions, and shapes our lives in a deeper way. So I want to ask you, what do you think is more important, beauty or intelligence? Why? Think about it for a moment. This question ties into the overall theme of our presentation, which is about valuing inner qualities and what really matters in the long run. Beauty might get us compliments today, but intelligence can open doors and create lasting impact. So, consider which qualities you prioritize and why. This will set the stage for our discussion. Now let's take a closer look at what each picture shows. Starting with the first image, we see, pause briefly, and moving to the second picture, we observe, pause, then in the third image it demonstrates, pause, and finally the fourth picture illustrates, pause. There are 4 pictures in total here, each representing different aspects or stages of the topic we're exploring. To answer how many paragraphs there are in this section, there are 4, one for each picture, helping us break down the content into clear, manageable parts. Now, the overall title of this unit is Pause, which sets the stage for understanding the connections between these images and the broader theme we're discussing today. Throughout this slide, the key point is to recognize how each picture offers a visual insight into the subject matter, making complex ideas easier to grasp. Remember, connecting these visuals to the main theme helps reinforce our understanding of the entire concept. Let's talk about the 20th century and when hairbrushes really became common. It's interesting to see how these everyday objects evolved and made their way into our routines. So, when did brushes become a standard part of daily grooming? Well, during the 20th century, especially in the early parts, hairbrushes started to be more widely available and accessible to the general public. This was a time of industrial growth and innovation, which made manufacturing more efficient and affordable. Now, you might wonder, are hairbrushes a new invention or have they been around for a long time? The answer is that hairbrushes are actually quite old. They've been used for centuries, with origins dating back to ancient civilizations like Egypt. Over time, their design and materials have improved, but the basic concept has remained consistent. Connecting this back to our overall theme, it's fascinating to see how something as simple as a hairbrush reflects broader technological and cultural shifts. It shows how everyday objects evolve over time, becoming more accessible and essential in our daily lives. No, has lipstick always been made the same way? That's a good question. The answer is no. Lipstick has evolved quite a bit over time. If we look back, you'll see that the methods used in ancient times were very different from today's production processes. So, is lipstick new or old? Well, it's definitely old. People have been using some form of lipstick for thousands of years. But the way it's made, the ingredients, and even the technology behind it have changed dramatically. This highlights how beauty products, including lipstick, are constantly evolving, reflecting both cultural shifts and technological advancements. Understanding this helps us appreciate the rich history and innovation behind something as simple yet iconic as lipstick. So, is deodorant a new or old invention? Well, historically, the concept of controlling body odor has been around for quite some time, making deodorant an old invention in that sense. But what about the concern itself, about body odor? Is that a new worry or has it been a concern for a long time? Interestingly, concerns about body odor are actually quite old, dating back centuries when personal hygiene practices started to develop. This connection highlights how our awareness and efforts to manage body odor have been part of human society for a very long time. It ties into the overall theme of how personal hygiene products evolve and how our perceptions of cleanliness can change or stay the same over time. No, it was worn by men too. You see, nail polish wasn't just a women's thing historically. In fact, men have used it across different cultures and time periods. So, it's important to recognize that nail polish isn't exclusively for women. Now, is nail polish only worn by women? Absolutely not. It's a misconception that's been reinforced over time, but the truth is, both men and women have used it to express themselves, their status, or even their rebellion. And when we ask if nail polish is new or old, the answer is that it's quite old. People have been using some form of nail ornamentation for thousands of years. So, the idea that it's a modern trend is actually quite misleading. It has deep historical roots, spanning many cultures and eras. So, in the broader context of our presentation, understanding that nail polish isn't just a modern or gender-specific phenomenon helps us see how personal expression and cultural norms evolve over time. Let's take a closer look at some of the key themes here. When we talk about something being appealing, we're referring to how it attracts our interest or desire. This is important because many of the elements we find fascinating are often considered privileged, meaning they have a special status or value in our society. Now, moving to synthetic elements, these are man-made, not naturally occurring, and they often play a crucial role in advancing technology and industry. When we discuss elements being extracted and traced, we're delving into how these substances are obtained and followed through various processes. This traceability is vital for ensuring quality, safety, and ethical standards. Lastly, the theme of obsession ties everything together. It highlights how our fascination with these elements drives innovation, but can also lead to intense focus or even overindulgence. All of these points connect to the larger idea of how human curiosity and ingenuity push us to explore, manipulate, and sometimes become fixated on the very building blocks of matter. It's a fascinating interplay between desire, discovery, and responsibility that shapes our technological landscape. Now, let's take a closer look at some of the materials and practices people used for personal adornment in the past. They crafted items from natural materials like animal hair, porcupine quills, shells, and bone. These were common resources used to create jewelry, decorations, and other accessories. As for cosmetics, Lipstick was made from quite interesting ingredients such as seaweed and iodine, which shows an early understanding of natural dyes and medicinal properties. People also used ants and beetles to produce pigments, and castor oil, beeswax, and animal fat served as bases for various beauty products. Moving on to fragrances, they didn't just rely on store-bought perfumes. Instead, they added scent to their baths and underarms, and even experimented with unusual items like incense and porridge as deodorants, hints of their inventive spirits. Finally, nail polish wasn't just about beauty, it also indicated social class. The way nails were decorated could reflect a person's status within their community. All of these practices reveal how personal grooming and adornment have deep cultural roots, connecting back to themes of identity and social structure throughout history. Let's take a closer look at some of the common products that play a big role in our daily beauty routines. First, I help reduce body odor and help you feel fresh and clean throughout the day. You might think of me as your go-to for staying confident and comfortable. Next, I am used for smoothing, styling, and managing human hair. Whether you're creating a sleek look or adding volume, I help you achieve the hairstyle you desire. Then, I am a shiny liquid substance used to decorate the nails of your fingers or toes. I add that glossy, attractive finish that makes nails look polished and complete. Finally, I am a cosmetic product used to apply color and texture to your lips. I come in many shades and styles to help express your mood and personality. So, who am I? These are all examples of beauty and personal care products that enhance our appearance and boost our confidence. They're essential tools in expressing ourselves and feeling good every day. All right, let's wrap things up with this final slide. Here, we have the workbook and exercise, specifically pages 311. Sections A and B. This is a great opportunity to apply what we've learned today. I encourage you to work through these exercises thoughtfully, as they solidify your understanding and help you connect theory to practice. Remember, doing the homework is key to mastering these concepts and seeing how they fit into the bigger picture of our overall theme. So, take your time, review the material, and I look forward to seeing your progress in the next session.